Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you're a new viewer, welcome back, or I should say welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. Apologize in advance for my scatteredness, but I'm racing the sun. Today, I am recording on the 30th of January, and I have a finished object, which is super exciting. So we'll get into that coming up here. But as far as shop update end of things goes, not much new for the shop update end of things. Just there are some fun colors in stock, so definitely make sure you check out the website if you are interested in some fun hand-dyed yarn. I do also have some D-stash on there as well, so definitely check it out to get an amazing deal on some fun yarn. And without further ado, we're going to talk about the finished object, which is, can you guess what it is? What have I been working on so much in the past couple of weeks? Months. I should say months, but I've been really focusing on it the past couple of weeks. It's my Advent knitting. My Habitation throw is done, you guys. I finished it. All right, I'm going to hold this up, but it's huge. So I did the large version of the Habitation throw, and I can only it's, I haven't blocked it. It's enormous. It's so big. So I love it. It's everything I wanted it to be. And so this was the beginning. I started with the gray, went through, and then what I did is exactly what I said I was going to do. I finished with a color because I ended up using up, what I decided to do was just use up the last of my Odette colorway and then take a mini skein. This is another one from Emma's yarn, and I just used that to finish it off. So our dogs are going nuts because my husband's probably coming up to the house, and they know who he is, but yet, she loses her mind every time. Or one of the chickens jumped up because we let the chickens out today, and she might see them on the wood pile and she might be barking at them, and that is incredibly irritating. So sorry about that. There's no controlling it. Rory, it's okay, honey. Sorry, she's gonna keep doing it anyway because she's crazy. Anyway, to dogs. Hope you guys have a wonderful beverage. It's either warm or refreshing. This is a nice, refreshing flavored water. Very refreshing. Okay. So, as I was saying, I was so rudely interrupted by our crazy little dog. Yeah, I've basically woven in the ends as I was going. So that's what I really need to do. I need to go back and just kind of trim the ends that I've woven in. And then all of my magic knots, I need to just kind of trim those a little bit so they're not so crazy looking. So that's what I did. I did the magic knot as I was going, so that way you don't have to really weave in as many ends. Otherwise, there's a lot of ends to weave in because, yeah, that's a lot of ends to weave in. There's 24 or 25 different colors, and then, oh my gosh, well, there's 24, 26 because I used 2 mini skeins from leftovers that I had, and then, yeah, because I didn't, like I mentioned in the past, I kind of guessed at how much of my Odette I was using, and I should have been using more of it, I think, in a couple of these areas. But, you live and learn, and it still looks nice. I think it looks really fun. It's cohesive, and the fun part is I know where I started and I know where I ended because of how I knit it. So that makes it extra fun. Is it? It looks kind of rectangular. However, when I actually block it, like as I'm stretching it here, I can tell it will be a big square. It's huge and wonderful. So 52 inches, I definitely think it hit the 52-inch mark. So definitely recommend the large size if you want a legitimate throw blanket. I think the original size, which is like, I think 40 inches, I think it's 40 inches. That one is like more of a baby blanket size. You can use it as like a lap blanket, but it's pretty small. I like my original, but I feel like I just didn't get that much use out of it. Where this, I've already used it. I've used it and I haven't even blocked it yet. And I was using it as I was knitting it. But I mean, I just the other night used this already. So definitely going to get some good use out of it. I'm really excited. I love it. So thank you again, Robin, for being my wool swap partner. It was so much fun. I don't know if you watched these, but thank you. It was really cool, and I loved the colors, and yeah, wonderful experience. So unfortunately, Wool Swap isn't doing that anymore, at least not at the moment. She's pretty much said that she's not going to be like coordinating wool swaps anymore going forward. She's got different priorities in her life right now, which I totally understand and respect. It's a bummer. So if anybody wants to take that on, you totally should. I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's a really cool program. I know there are other ones out there, which I probably will partake in at some point because I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Right, so as far as works in progress, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm out of breath and I'm rushing. That's because, again, I'm working with the light, and I know I have to put the sheep away too, so that's when the sun sets, I usually put the sheep away just before the sun sets because, you know, predators and all that good stuff. I'm really grateful we haven't had any major issues, but we have had, you could hear coyotes in the distance, and they're probably further away than they sound, but it's terrifying. So if you have critters that live outside, you know, like they're in a little enclosure, but so they're not running around, because that's half of the battle is the running around. The coyotes and stray dogs like to chase sheep. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get into the works in progress because I actually have a couple here. I did work on my little hat, my let's see what here, the woodland fern hat. So here is the photo. So I do not know what happened. Now I know what happened now that I did the math, but I don't know what happened because apparently I did not count right and I missed like 5 stitches. I do not know how I did not count 5 stitches. The hat still fits right. Like I put it on my head and it still fits decently. So I think I'm not going to rip it back at this point. And I just kept going. So I'm one of those people that if I'm knitting something and I'm doing the pattern and I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. And then I just decide to keep knitting anyway. So the first round of pattern, if it doesn't work right, if that math isn't mathing and you know you're not getting the right number of stitches, that should be your first sign that you probably don't have the right number of stitches. But, you know, I didn't let it stop me and I kept going, and so my pattern's not right. Now, here is the beginning of row. This is where the pattern screwed up because all my other repeats look good, but this one is short a few stitches. So the way the pattern is supposed to look is like this. So these are my repeats right here. So you can see there's like this kind of a, I can't give too much away. It looks like a slip stitch. I'm gonna call it that. It looks like a slip stitch. It's not what it is. Here at the end of the repeat, and of course the lace area. So the good part is the lace area matches up on everything. So here's my beginning of row. The lace looks good. The fern part looks like a fern. Thank goodness. So this is going to be the back. This is the back of the hat. So I'm not really that concerned about ripping back because one, it fits, and I haven't blocked it. It fits, and I don't want to go back and do that. So I kind of look at it this way. I'm totally going to make an excuse for not wanting to rip back, but sometimes like sweaters it can be hard to tell the back from the front. So with a hat, I personally like to wear my hat kind of the same way all the time. And so I'll always know where the back is because it won't have the repeat there. And then the rest will have the repeat. So there's my excuse. So I don't have to rip back. But you can see this beautiful like slip stitch pattern between each fern area, except for the beginning of row. Otherwise, it has that repeat. So I don't know, would you have ripped back? I mean, some people probably would. It is a hat, so clearly I am cruising on this. Like I'm making some serious headway here. Yeah, making some serious headway. It's really fun. I've been working on it quite a bit. So it's just one of those things where I think to myself, it's like, am I the only one who'd make that excuse? I don't know. It's the back of the hat. it worked out great. So I really love it. It's this beautiful color from Suburban Stitcher. It is a very light, like very, I guess it's more of a tonal. It's like a very light tonal, and I do not remember the name of it. I have the tag somewhere. Ooh, there you go. I can see the camera's getting super pixelated. It's so dark in here. Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry. I want to use the natural light though. Ugh, I hate using lights if I can help it. It's getting dark quick because of the darn clouds. The darn clouds. Come on, Michigan. We had sunlight all day. Literally all day. There was sun and it was glorious. And it was like 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Stunning out. And now it's getting cloudy. Gosh darn it. Without fail. Sorry. Oh, goodness. Okay. So that is the Wild Fern hat. So much fun, you guys. This is a really fun pattern. If you like lace work or you've never worked on lace work, I think this is a really good beginner pattern for lace work. It's a hat, so it's not like a huge lace project, but it is lace, so you just kind of pay attention to what you're doing. The nice part is there's pattern repeats, like I said, and so it kind of helps you pay attention and, well, you know, don't be me. And after you get to that last repeat, if you're short stitches, for goodness sake, you know, like either rip back, pick up stitches, I don't know, figure it out. But you definitely should correct it. You know, that's the proper thing to do. Am I doing the proper thing? No. But do I mind? Not really. Because I'll wear it. It's for me. It's for me. I don't care. Okay. Oh, the elephant in the room. I'm wearing my birch pullover. This is by Andrew Mowry. This is one of my favorite sweaters. I'm actually going to do a video coming up here, some of my favorite knitwear. So if you're interested in that, I'll be sharing that soon because we're going to be traveling for a week coming up here, so I will not be recording that week. So I'm going to pre-record a video and I'm going to talk about some of my favorite knitwear, and so we'll post that during that time so that way you guys can still get a fun video even though I will not be recording it that week. But yeah, it's the birch pullover. It is so stinking comfortable. It is a half fisherman's rib, like the entirety. It took forever to knit, but I love it. It is so fun. I would totally knit another one. The one thing I think I would not do, because I held like a lace weight double, see this right here? It's lace weight held double, and to get this fingering weight, and I think I have two spots, like the spot right here, and I think I have a spot somewhere on my back that got caught. See, it was sleeves without fail. I've got another one here where my sleeve got caught on something. And what happens is not the entire thing gets caught. One of the strands gets caught of the two, and then it pulls it, and then it looks crazy, and you got it pulled out. And it's so hard to get that redistributed. I don't know why. So when I knit this again, if I knit this again, which I feel like I would, if I knit when I knit it again, I'm gonna say that. When I knit it again, I am going to use fingering weight yarn and just stick it with that. I like to do a lot of this holding things double, but just for this pattern, it was not the best idea because that is frustrating how it gets pulled, and it's really hard to distribute it back in. So what I end up doing is I just push that strand that got pulled into the back through the fabric, and then I just have all these little weird things on the inside of my sweater. It is what it is. Yes. But anyway, yeah, there we go. So I'll talk about the next one I'm working on. I did cast on a new project. I said I would once I finished my blankets, so I did. I casted on a new project. It is the sweater I talked about already that I wanted to cast on, which is the Arctica jumper by the Petite Knitter. I'm going to keep calling her the Petite Knitter. I know she changed the name of her brand. Here is that sweater. It's so pretty. So I am using more colors than she used here because I just didn't have enough. I'm trying to go through my stash. So, and I'm actually using two colors as the main color, but they're so similar. I think they'll be okay. So the colors, I'll show you what now I only have the collar started. Whoa. I am using Plutolopi as the first part of the main color. It is highly similar to this Let Lopi. Very similar. I mean, it's lighter than this color, don't get me wrong. It is lighter, but I feel like if I do the collar, like the upper portion before I get to the color work section, and then maybe a little into the color work, definitely the cuffs and stuff, I think I'll have enough with all of that, of the main, like the whole color and everything. I think it'll be fine. I feel like you can see the differentiation in color a bit better in the dark here versus in the light. In the light, it really blends, like it really looks quite similar. This definitely looks a little darker at the moment comparatively, but I still think it's going to work out nicely. Still feel really good about it. And then I have a bunch of other colors I'm going to use for the thing. So the really cool part about this pattern is there's a lot of ways that you can manipulate it to make it fit your body better. I like doing shaping in my, so the last sweater that I made, the oh, for goodness sake, it's the alpinapaca. That one I did the bust shaping, which I liked for that sweater, but based on the way it fits, because I did hand spun around the chest, I actually didn't probably need to do that, the bust darts. So going forward now with this pattern, this is not hand spun, so I should probably do the bust shaping, but I think I'm not going to do it this time. I think instead I'm going to do the neck shaping. So I don't know if she has bust shaping on this one. Yeah, she has short roll shaping for the chest, which I'm not going to do, but I am doing it for the neck because I really like doing a more like short rows in the back of the neck because it makes the back of the sweater longer. I highly like doing that. It fits me so much better. I have pretty broad shoulders, so I have just always found that when I make sweaters, if I add the short row shaping in the back, they just fit so much better. So this sweater has it. A lot of sweaters that I make, I think pretty much all of them have short row shaping, and I just love it. I'm trying to think if I've made any that don't have short row shaping of some way, shape, or form. So yes, I'm really loving that. So I'm doing that here, and you can see I'm almost done with it, because here's the front, and then here is the back. Like there's actually about an inch, it'll probably be about an inch and a half or so of short row shaping in the back. So that's gonna be really nice. And I love this fabric. It's really nice. And I'm definitely looking forward to having another woolly wool sweater. I guarantee that I will probably finish this hopefully while it's still cool. I mean, in Michigan, it can stay cold until March, sometimes even April. So I know I can get a lot of wear out of sweaters. So either way, it'll be totally fine and we will get there. It is getting so dark, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I know you're probably knitting away, not really watching me anyway. So, you know, as long as you can hear me, gosh, I hope you can hear me. My microphone seems to be behaving itself. Thank you, microphone. So hopefully it'll be good. Okay, so that is my works in progress with regards to knitting. And I know I need to talk about other projects that I have on needles that I haven't worked on in a bit. Shoot, I forgot one. I mean, it's not like it looks that different from the last time I showed you guys, but I was working on my half and half triangles wrap on my lunch breaks, and I knit like this much. It's probably about an inch, and so it doesn't look like much. But I did work on it, so it does count. It totally counts. So, all right, the next thing I just want to talk about really quick is some spinning, some hand spun. I did finish spinning some. I don't think I talked about this one last time. If I did, I'm repeating myself, but I don't think I did. So this is the Newfoundland wool NCC Suffolk Scottish Blackface blend. It's a cross with a cross. And it's gonna look so stinking pixelated right now because of this camera. I'm so sorry about that. It's a really pretty reddish gray color. And yeah, it's really pretty. Take my word for it, it's pretty consistent. I spun this very consistent actually. Like this is pretty uncanny right now. Um, and this is what the lock looked like. Nice and crimpy. It is a medium wool, you know, definitely medium wool. It's beautiful. And then the other one that I finished plying up here is from Prince Edward Island. It's a Shetland cross. So we don't know like what it's crossed with, but it's so beautiful. Oh, I love my Shetlands. I tell you what. So pretty. This spun up like a dream. This spun up so fast. That's why I have two to show you guys. This spun up really quick. And it's a beautiful light gray. And I'm sorry, this isn't really going to do it justice, but one day you'll see this in its true glory. But yeah, it's definitely, I'm getting more like a true fingering weight, which is crazy that it's cool actually. It's a lot easier for me with some of these more like down or not down like long hair breeds. So like Shetlands kind of fall into that. I'm definitely getting more of like a fingering weight where I'm more on the sport weight with like the down breeds. So it's kind of cool to see how that works. But yes, I am so excited because here's the beautiful lock. And this is pretty true to a Shetland. I don't know what they were crossed with, but this looks a lot like one of our Shetlands out there where it's a very light gray. And the reason I say that is you can barely see it here, but there's actually some like light like black streaks in here. And this is pretty true to the sheep that we have. We have two. One, she's a Bursaget. That's how you say it, Bursaget. Gray, like a light gray, and then her twin is like a light gray all over, and she did have a couple little speckles on her, so I think she's considered that as well. Shetlands have a lot of really fun namings for their coloring and markings and all that good stuff, so I'm still like trying to get educated with all that. But anyway, it is getting wicked dark out. The sun for sure is going down at this point. Sorry guys. It's so dark. Anyway, what are you up to? Are you almost done with certain things? I know some of you have been working on socks, which is super cool. I hope that if you're done with that project, you're working on something else fun. I'd love to hear what that is. Definitely do comment below and let me know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, we're having an extremely unseasonably warm day today. It is 47 degrees Fahrenheit. It is really warm for Michigan this time of year. Usually we're like in the low 30s to 20s, and last week, that's what's so crazy. Like last week, we were in the negatives. Like it was really cold. I think it was Monday night or Tuesday night. It was like negative, good grief, 5 degrees. It was really cold. So this is weird. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's really helpful for getting chores done and everything, but it is weird. So anyway, I'll let you guys get back to it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care. Bye.